Well, hello. This is the report from October from Handheld Press. October was quite a frustrating month because I can't tell you much about it. Well, I've got a long list, but a lot of things were being planned, a lot of things were being discussed, but then fell through. We had conversations and then nothing happened because we decided, no, let's not go any further. So I can't really tell you anything about that. But what I can tell you is that throughout October, I continued to proofread and format Topsy, the voluble Topsy. Every page, about 25, if not more, separate italicized words or things in small caps, which takes so much time. And I'm now about, let me think, about 13 letters out of about 70 odd to go. I'm nearly there. So in a week's time, I really hope we will have got this book into layout so I can see how long it is, and then we can work out how much it's going to cost to print, and then we have to make other financial decisions. So that's Topsy. The Unknown arrived. Algernon Blackwood's collection, which Henry Bartholomew has curated and put into place, that arrived. We had the unboxing. It's a lovely book. We've sent off copies for review. It's all very exciting. When a new book arrives, it's just great. It's just like, oh, this is it. This is the real thing. It's just wonderful. When I compile my list of what to tell you about in each diary, it's a reminder to me of things that have happened only a few weeks ago. One of which was that the American Library Journal asked me for a copy of a photograph of the cover for our D.K. Broster collection, which came out in August, because they're going to review it in their November issue. And I thought, I hadn't seen that review yet, so I've just emailed the Library Journal to ask for a copy. Handpicked for the Holidays was born. One of our customers in the US asked me, after buying a book, if I could recommend about 3 or 4 titles from our catalogue that he could buy for his friend for Christmas, because he and his friend have this really great idea. They both pick an independent publisher every Christmas and choose a selection of books from that publisher to exchange with each other for Christmas. And I thought, what an amazing idea. So we're doing it for everybody. Handpicked for the holidays. You write to us. You tell us what kind of books your friend, your relation likes. We send you a little outline of maybe 6 or 7 books that you can choose from. You pick the number you want. You buy them at £10 each, so it's a reduction on the usual £12.99. This is for paperbacks. Hardbacks might be a little bit more. We tell you what the postage will be, and then we will wrap them in Christmas paper or holiday paper of your choice, and we will post them by the end of November, so they'll get there by Christmas or any other December-based holiday that you would like. So, handpicked for the holidays. It's a thing. Please get in touch. We have a new supernatural anthology coming to you probably in early 2024. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but because of the success of the project for The Unknown, I mean, the book's not even published yet. That comes out next March, but we want to do another one because our supernatural anthologies really sell well. So Henry Bartholomew has suggested a list, and we've been reading, and I've been saying no, yes, oh no, not yes. And we're working together on collecting more stories. This has been great because I've been in touch with the London Library again, borrowing books that I need to see. And Henry's been delighted because I can get access to books that he hasn't been able to get hold of. So I've been scanning and sending him a couple of stories that we both want to try. It's just a really enjoyable, creative process to put together an anthology on a theme. And that will be coming to you March, maybe January 2024. No cover yet, no title, super secret, but I'm enjoying the process. On the 15th of November, I'm going to be in London, and I'm going to be working so hard because I am giving a talk for the Guildhall Library. And normally I do that by Zoom here at home. But this time, because I'm in London, I'll be doing it from the Guildhall Library offices using their computers. And that's fine. I get to London a little after 12 o'clock on the train from Bath, and I rush over to the city. And I go to the Guildhall Library. I do my 1-hour talk, and that will be fine. So that's 2 to 3. So after 3 o'clock, I stagger out of the Guildhall Library, and I rush over to Bloomsbury because we're holding a private book launch for John Llewellyn Rhys. Now, this is not a public event. It's an event for the authors, well, the author is dead, but certainly the family of the widow of the author, and the two editors and their colleagues, their friends, hopefully media. But we're doing the whole launch ourselves. We're selling the books ourselves. I'm organising the drinks. So that's all happening, and I have to rush over to Bloomsbury to get that set up and to make sure it all goes well, and to be there and to give a wee talk and to say things. And then at 6:30, I have to rush off again because I'm going to the British Library for the announcement of the winner of the Polari Prize, for which our amazing biography of Valentine Ackland by Frances Bingham has been shortlisted. So Tuesday, 15th November, I am going to be fleeing around London like a headless chicken, ticking off my jobs. And after the British Library Prize Award, I will be toppling into a train, hopefully with a sandwich, and hopefully I'll get out at Bath without falling asleep, and hopefully I'll be collected by David, and that would be good. But that was going to be quite a day. T.H. White was in the bookseller. That was so much fun. That was last week, end of October. The bookseller had a big feature on the Southwest, publishers and booksellers in the Southwest of England, and a local bookseller, Hunting Raven Books in Frome. They did a survey of books to look out for Southwest publishers coming out this autumn, and it's not actually, it's in January, but they focused on T.H. White, our biography by Sylvia Townsend Warner that comes out in January. And then blow me, and in the same issue, in the paperback preview section, Will Smith had allocated T.H. White as one to watch, which is a special big feature. So double whammy in the bookseller, which is great. So the booksellers themselves, the bookshops, I hope will take notice that this is a book that you need to watch. It's going to be good. I did a talk. I went to Corsham. Corsham is a wee town, about 10 miles east of Bath. It's a lovely little town. It's got peacocks in the streets. Anyway, it's got a very good bookshop, and they asked me to do a talk. So I talked about Margaret Kennedy, Where Stands in Wigan Century, which to our great pleasure and slight bemusement is still selling very well a couple of years after we published it. And it was great. I just love standing up and going, talk. And I have a little list of things I talk about, and I go through them, and then I ad lib and tangents happen. People ask questions and I go, oh, more things to tell you about. It's just so enjoyable. And yeah, it was a really nice evening. It's a pity I had to drive home, otherwise I would have had a glass of wine, but I didn't. But it's almost one of my favourite parts of being a publisher, is talking about the books, talking to people, seeing what they like. It's really nice. Another side of what I do is I have to do sales conference pitches to the sales reps, to our distributors in the US and also in the UK. These are now by Zoom because it would cost me an absolute fortune to fly to New York or to Mississippi to talk to the sales reps there. And they're all over the States anyway. But it's crowded and tense, and I have 15 minutes to do my pitch, to tell them about the books for, in this case, it was next fall 23, telling them about the 2 or 3 books we're bringing out, telling them about backlist stuff, telling them about forthcoming in 24. And there's almost no time to breathe, and they sit there on their little Zoom screens going, yeah, note. And then I get a comment, Kate, can we change the cover for this? And I'm going, oh Lord, please don't ask me to change the cover for a book I've already printed. Thankfully, in this case, I didn't need to. It's a book we have not yet printed. And there was a very good suggestion to add to the cover a bit of changing of the words to make it clear this is a novel and not non-fiction. So it's always a useful process. But it's definitely a sense of I have to cram a lot in, and there's not a lot of feedback. It's not as if I'm sitting down chatting. It's just wham, that's it, off the Zoom call, done. And finally, yes, it's royalties season. This is the time of year when cash flow is absolutely terrifying, because publishing is the kind of business where we pay upfront within 30 days all our bills, sometimes sooner than that. But the book trade do not pay our bills until about 2 months later, and our distributors do not pay our bills until about 3 months later. And at this time of year, we pay royalties to all the books which are in copyright with whom we have contracts. So we are scraping for the pennies, and it's hard work. So I was checking the royalty letters, not the sums. Dear God, no, David does the sums. But I was checking the royalties letters, making sure all the correct bits were in, and we had accounted for that, and that was included, and this was ticked off. It's a bit sobering. I mean, it's wonderful seeing that we are paying so much money to authors and to authors' estates. It is actually mainly authors' estates because our authors are mainly not alive anymore. But it's wonderful to know that the book selling is producing revenue for authors and their heirs because of the work they did. And this is what publishers really exist for, I think. It's just we could do with a bit less of the cash flow terror because it is terrifying. And with that, I will leave you. See you at the end of November. Want to see more from us? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click like, subscribe, or new content alert.